Greetings, tubers. Today I'm going to discuss my Grub Box. Since I absolutely adore going into the Appalachian Mountains, Pennsylvania down through into North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, that's bear country. So I had to come up with something that was, and also there are other critters as well. Foxes, skunks, raccoons that dearly love to get into your food. And since I'm on a motorcycle and in a tent, I really didn't have a good place to just dump the stuff safe from them. So I found this semi-commercial non-milk crate and I went and lined the inside with wood to keep the stuff from coming out of the holes, so, and also keep the critters from getting at the stuff inside. Anyhow, a lot of stuff gets packed into this, and I'm still trying to figure out what I do need, what I want to take, and what works, what doesn't. So any suggestions of what you see here is totally welcome. Let's start out with the pots and pans. Here's my pot, here's my fry pan. The fry pan can act as a lid while the pot is cooking. The pot can act as a lid for the fry pan when it's cooking. So, and also it stores some of the dry food that I take along. In this case, it's tortillas. Tortillas are generally eaten with peanut butter. Put them together and it goes into the box eventually. Okay, next I have the little pot, heating cup, and ouch, yeah, I found a way to pinch myself on this. Inside, in addition to the cups, I have a couple of alcohol stoves that I've made and a snuffer. That all goes in nicely and protects the stove and the snuffer, and so that's that. This is for drinking hot coffee. I tried drinking hot stuff in this, and there's generally two states with it. Too hot to hold or put up to my lips, or colder than I like to drink it when I can drink it. So here we go. This goes along. Fire makers. Yeah, I'm not into rubbing two sticks together like I've seen a lot of guys who can do on YouTube, nor the ferro rod routine. I just like to click and flame, and always have a backup for flame. A roll of tin foil that's been cut in half so it fits into the box. And this is a wind shield for the stove. Opens up nicely, closes up nicely. And in addition to the alcohol stove, I'm still hauling one of these folding butane stoves along with a adapter for propane. Generally speaking, I don't use it to make my meals, but if I get it going real good and put this tin can on it upside down so the flame goes up into it and put these reflectors on, why, if there's no firewood around, I have a fire that keeps me nice and warm. Works pretty decent. Also, this can serves as a silverware can opener, kitchen knife holder, and towels to clean with. Again, I cut it in half so it fits into the Grub Box. Then there's the fuel for the alcohol stoves. I found that if I make a small enough funnel, I can get some of that alcohol paint thinner and refill it. Makes decent, inexpensive. Boy, I like cooking with alcohol. It's clean, it's quiet, doesn't hiss and roar like propane stoves do or gasoline stoves, and I simply like it better. Here's my camp lantern. I'm still undecided about this, whether this is sufficient or too much, because I haven't used it on more than one trip yet, so we shall see. But that goes into the box simply because it's a convenient place, and it's the first thing I have to take off the trailer anyway to open it up, so the light is in there. Bug spray. I usually frequently go camping in the fall, and the bugs are pretty well muted by then. But I've used it a couple times. It's a good thing to have. Yeah, no, I don't take the ibuprofen. It's filled with instant coffee. The glass jars they come in are kind of questionable to take on a trailer with no suspension and bouncing down the road, and this lasts me quite a while. And it's easy to refill. I think I should, yeah, I showed you the reflector. That goes in. And the fire starters go on top of the reflector. The stove. This is my utility knife. The knife that was in the tin can is for food prep, but this is my utility knife. Let's see now. Tin foil, I talked about that. Half a roll cut on my jigsaw. And here we go with this solid fuel stove. I keep the solid fuel as campfire starters. Makes it just an awful gooky, carbony, dirty mess of your pot if you use them. So what I use this for is I'll set my alcohol stove in here, and that makes a nice little pot stand to go over the alcohol stove. This goes like that, and this becomes my way to keep any spilled alcohol that catches fire from starting a forest fire. It gets caught in there, stays put. It also gives a nice solid flat space to set my cooking up with. And so, whoops, ick. Okay. This is not cooperating. Where'd the stove go? Here we go. That goes in. And lastly, I'll hang this up in my tent about this far from the top, and it makes it glow nicely at night when you're making a run to the pot or whatever. It makes it easy to find the your tent in a crowded campground if you're there. And also it just, you need some little open flame at a campsite, even if it's just a candle. That goes in there. And a little bit of rearrangement. and I have room for a day or two supply once I spend more time packing it. The lid, my hearth for the stove, and then I have 4 bungee cords that go over everything and hold everything together. And it's proof against the smaller critters when I get deeper into bear country where that becomes a possible issue. Well, I use the bear boxes that the campgrounds have. And that's my Grub Box. It works.